Hi everyone, it's Sister Jenna from America Meditating Radio. I hope you've been enjoying Wiseish, which you can get live on Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube from 8:30 a.m. to 8:45. But you can also get it on demand 24/7. It's going to be your power boost for the morning. It's your daily dose for the soul. It's just going to encourage you to make the day that much more valuable. So join us. Looking forward to seeing you. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wiseish. I'm your host, Sister Jenna. We've had a wonderful series of healing either the mind, healing relationships, healing the world, healing the body, and today, even healing nature. It is so important nowadays. Oh, I'm getting a signal about my mic. It's so important nowadays to look at our relationship with the bigger picture. I feel that when there's a great deal of attachment to our name, our gender, the role that we play, we tend to forget that the thoughts that we think, the words that we speak, the vibrations that we emit from our own souls, which is also an aspect of nature, connects to the whole. We are certainly a part of the whole. This pandemic has definitely proven that we are all connected. And I can't believe that it actually took a pandemic to actually awaken most of the world. There's still so much antics going on. There's still a lot of negativities going on. In the United States of America, there apparently was a scene with some members of Congress in which a male member of Congress spoke brutally rude to a female member of Congress on the steps of the Capitol. And she spoke in such a way of dignity regarding his inability to understand that your words are connected to the energy of the nature. And when you speak derogatory things or you speak words that are profane, especially to a woman who is a daughter or mother, it could be a grandmother, that you are actually hurting the nature of the universe, because nature is connected especially to the vibrations of the female potential and the female energy. But anyway, long story short, she spoke very dignified to say, look, I know you're a husband and I know you're a father and I know you have kids, but this culture of men calling women certain things and saying that, it's locker room banter or it's normal for men to be like that, it isn't. It is actually not healthy. And it goes against the nature. It goes against the laws of nature. Yes, if we go back historically, it seems as if darkness and shadow and gray and hate and war and differences have been around, we would say, forever. But I don't believe they were. I believe that when we're born, we're all born with certain gifts that are given from God, and there's a natural sense of love and peace. But as we develop and we grow, we start to acquire certain ways of being that don't go in terms of alignment with the nature. And we could look at it on various levels where our ego thinking is concerned. We can say that when the fires were blazing in Australia, it was also helping to re-nourish the earth. We can say when a tsunami, rushes through, it is also assisting to clear up things on the earth. But why do we have to just keep going that way can be my question that I ask myself a lot. Why do I have to wait for a tsunami? Why do I have to wait for an earthquake? Why do I have to wait for fires to awaken me to returning to a place of peace and purity and innocence? During this pandemic, millions and billions of people actually were in their homes. They weren't driving their cars, they weren't walking heavily on the land, planes were grounded, things became naturally peaceful. Do you remember how peaceful the nature became? How nature started to automatically restore itself? There's a saying how the universe naturally self-corrects. And so many of us are trying to keep pushing and pushing and pushing in to say that we know the right way. This is the right way to do it. This is the better way. But in all reality, if we just step back a little bit and allow the nature to just restore itself, it will. It's the natural law. Even if we stop fighting with ourselves, fighting with each other, bullying people, lying to each other, and just accept that we have enough, that we're okay, and this drive that we're witnessing in this time, this desire for people to be in physical power, to have rulership and dominion over people, goes against the nature. A tree planted in the ground isn't trying to gain superiority over the earth, over the soil that is planted in. It is finding a way to accept and appreciate that growth comes in the form of a collective, and that each and every one of us brings something unique, something special. The sun isn't fighting with the moon. The moon gives you coolness, the sun gives you heat. The rain nourishes. Everything is needed. And so instead of fighting and quarreling and calling each other name and going against the natural nature of dignity and peace and love and purity, why don't we just really try to go back to this place, or not even go back, move forward into nature has the ability to naturally heal herself if we just leave it alone. You get a cut in your finger, and yes, you put maybe some peroxide and a Band-Aid on it. But I've also noticed that on its own, my skin just starts to heal without too much manipulation. Sometimes it's okay to just leave things alone. And then, of course, you know the balancing part. You leave something too much by itself, it becomes decayed. Yes, I know. It's all a balancing thing. But in particular, today's sharing in Wiseish is about the healing of the nature and how nature really is asking each and every one of us, think in peace, speak in peace, be kind, be pure, be nice, be generous, be quiet, so it can help. Life continues to move along day by day. We are trying to find our way through it. We don't always understand why people do what they do, why they act up at the time when they're not supposed to act up. It's just we're not in alignment anymore. Everything is off. Our thinking is off. Our thinking and doing is off. We don't know who we are. We don't know how to behave. We don't know how to be anymore. That's why it's important that we not just take moments of quietude, but in your quietude, read. Read something inspiring, deep thinking. Listen to things that will give you joy and awaken your spirit. Spend time with people who can encourage you to intellectually think deeper things. And if for whatever reason you can't find any of those, write, journal, write your own story, put it on paper, read it back to yourself. See what the nature is coming out of you and saying on paper. But now, more than ever, as the human beings on this planet, the earth needs us to heal. Even the nature wants us as people to heal. It's saying, dear residents of this land, heal yourself so I can be healed. It took a pandemic to have us actually calm down and allow the nature to restore herself. It shouldn't have to be like that. So I'm going to leave you with one Wiseish thought for today. Can you every day send your good wishes and pure feelings to Mother Nature? When you go by the beach, send your thoughts and your vibrations of peace. When you go to the park, send your thoughts and your vibrations to the trees, to the running creeks, to the river, to the earth, to the air, to the ethers. For anything to heal, it simply needs to see that you care, and there is love, and there is respect. This is all we need. Heal the nature by healing yourself. Thank you for joining us on that. Now, let's see what our blessing and our good wish for today is. This is gorgeous. You are an image that attracts and makes your home into a living temple by transforming your everything mundane into something spiritual. That's wonderful. You are an image that attracts and makes your home into a living temple by transforming your everything mundane into something spiritual. Perfect. Just always remember, no one can take away your happiness unless you give them permission. And we really are here to love each other the same. Thank you so much for joining us on Wiseish. And may today be something really special for you. And remember, your healing of the nature starts with healing yourself. Take good care.